la 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 dog la 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 Matzah. Did you like my little dance storyteller? Yes, Doug, I did. I was wondering what you were doing. I'm celebrating Matzah at Passover, of course. But I love Matzah. It's my favorite part about Passover. Oh. She's gonna make some, isn't she? She sure is. You wanna watch? You know I do. Hey, kid. Thanks for joining us today. I'm gonna watch a story now. La 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 Matzah. Oh boy. That kid and his matzah. You cannot give Doug the dinosaur enough matzah. He just will never stop eating it. Ooh, we start with a Jewish proverb. The greatest wisdom of all is kindness. Ah, yes. Kindness, it's a biggie. Here we go. The year was passing. The little red hen could feel the change of the seasons in the tips of her tail feathers. She could smell it in the barnyard air. She could see it on her calendar. Oi, gewalt! Exclaimed the little red hen, thinking ahead to spring. Before I know it, it will be time for Passover. I will need some matzah for my Seder dinner, and that begins with some grains of wheat. Okay. In the meantime, look at the beautiful farmland, and we've got the ducks on the little stream here, and a tiny little bridge that leads to the farm where the cows hang out. There's a goat on the roof, of course. In a corner of the chicken coop, the little red hen kept a small pile of grains safe from wind and water. She gathered them now and went to find her friends. Such friends she had, always ready to lend a hand. Who will help me plant these grains? She asked them. Not I, said Sheep. Sorry, Bub, said Horse. Think again, said Dog, a little bit rudely. The little red hen was not happy, nor would I be. Okay, she grumbled. I should worry. I'll just do it myself. And the little red hen planted those grains. What happened to her friends? Why are they all being so obnoxious? Months passed. The sun shone, the rain fell, and the grain grew tall. The little red hen waited patiently with a charming little hat, I might say. Finally, there was a field of wheat ready to be harvested. The little red hen went to find her friends. This time she was sure they'd lend a hand. Who will help me cut the wheat? She asked. Not I, said Sheep. Sorry, Bub, said Horse. Think again, said Dog, a little bit rudely, again. We're your friends, not your servants. The little red hen was definitely not happy. Friends, schmens, she muttered. I'll just do it myself. And the little red hen cut the wheat. I don't know why he said that. You help your friends. It's not because you're a servant. It's because you love them and you want to help them. Oh, well. The wheat was ready for the mill. The little red hen gathered it together and went to find her friends. Oh, they won't disappoint me again, she told herself confidently. Who will help me carry this wheat to the mill? She asked them. Not I, said the sheep. Sorry, Bub, said the horse. Think again, said Dog, a little bit rudely. We're resting. What is going on? Jeepers! The little red hen was really not happy this time. I should live so long, she kvetched. Kvetched is a funny Yiddish word for complaining. I should live so long to see this bunch of lazy, no-goodniks put in an honest day's work. I'll just have to do it myself. Well, I guess you will. The little red hen took the wheat to a special Passover mill, where a miller ground it into flour. Then she schlepped that flour back home in a big, heavy sack, clucking to herself all the way. Look at that, poor thing, having to take that and go over that huge log that had an animal hiding inside, and go over all this, carrying that huge thing. I mean, that thing is as bigger than the hen is. Goodness gracious. Well, before she knew it, it was spring. The morning of the first night of Passover. The little red hen had cleaned her house, top to bottom. There wasn't a crumb of bread to be found anywhere. Time to make matzah, the little red hen announced to her friends. Who wants to help? And she's thinking everyone deserves a second or fourth chance, she reminds herself. But what do you think the little red hen heard? Look, notice there's a sheep. Here's a horse. There's a dog. They're all cleaned up.
cute. Everything looks adorable. Well, what'd she hear? Not I.
Sorry, Bob.
Ha! Laughed Dog, more than a little bit rudely. Think again. The Little Red Hen was not happy. She was not surprised either, though. Okay, she said. So I should starve? I'll just make it myself. Well, I guess if you want to get something done, sometimes you just have to do it yourself. Plus, it proves to you that you're totally independent, don't you think? Well, moving on. The Little Red Hen washed up carefully. She put a big bowl on the kitchen table. Then she set her timer. According to Jewish law, Passover matzah had to be finished in just 18 minutes. Oh no! The Little Red Hen mixed the flour and water quickly. She kneaded it quickly. She rolled. I can't even say quickly that fast. She rolled it out nice and flat. Quickly. She pricked it all over. Prickly. Then she put it into the oven to bake. Oh, I'm stressed out. Ding! The matzah was ready. Just in time. Then the Little Red Hen prepared the Seder dinner. She boiled eggs, simmered soup, and mixed gefilte fish. She washed parsley, chopped apples and nuts, and stirred batter for a cake. Finally, she set the table, putting a beautiful Passover Haggadah at each place and an extra chair for Elijah the prophet, should he come, God willing. She finished with a covered plate of homemade matzah. Oh, look at her little chicks right there. Oh, do you see what's happening here? Do you see these noses? Do these noses look familiar? Like a sheep, a dog, and a horse? Bah. Yee! Oof. We're famished, they told the Little Red Hen. What's for dinner? You've got to be kidding, scolded the Little Red Hen. What chutzpah! You didn't help me plant the grains when I asked you. You didn't help me harvest the wheat or carry it to the mill or take it back home again. You didn't even help me bake the matzah. So tell me, why should I share my Seder with the likes of you? Really excellent question. I would like to see the response. Sheep, horse, and dog couldn't think of a thing to say. How about that? The Little Red Hen was right. They hadn't been very good friends. The three animals silently hung their heads in shame. The Little Red Hen was quiet too. Now should I invite them to my Seder? She thought. Then she remembered the words written in the Passover Haggadah. Let all who are hungry come and eat. She looked at her friends. They looked hungry. Besides, the Little Red Hen was a good egg. A mensch. A mensch forgives. And why are you just standing there? She said finally. Come on in. Oh? So together, the friends celebrated the holiday. Together they noshed on tasty, crunchy matzah. And when the Seder was over, after all the planting and the harvesting, the schlepping and the cleaning, the baking and the feasting, just who do you think had to wash all those dishes? It better not have been... Oh, yes. Not I, said the Little Red Hen. Good for you. Finally, these guys do something. It's the least they could do. And that is the story of the Little Red Hen and the Passover matzah. And the book at the end actually gives us a recipe. Isn't that nice? Oh, and I like this part right here. It's the glossary. Chutzpah is when you have chutzpah, guts, daring, the nerve. Oh, the nerve. The chutzpah. Kvetch, I told you, was to complain. A mensch is what she was, a decent person who is basically good. The little nosh is to have a little snack. Oi, gewalt is like saying, oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, mustard and custard. Schlepp is to drag or to haul. And then it mentions a couple of the Passover foods. Matzah, which is the crunchy, unleavened bread eaten during Passover. It kind of looks like a cracker, but it's not a cracker, but it looks just like one. And gefilte fish, which is a fish patty traditionally eaten at Passover, made from ground fish. And that was the story of the Little Red Hen
and the Passover matzah. Yum, 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 yum. I would have helped her, storyteller. I know you would have, because I am a good guy, also known as a mensch.
You are a good guy.
Yeah, and I think that I could have helped her, and I could have helped set the table, and I would have helped her clean up and stuff. Oh well, maybe she'll invite me next year.
Yes, that would be a lovely idea now that she's met you.
Hi, how are you?
See you next time, kid.
Yeah, see you next time on KidTime StoryTime. La 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 la.